Hey guys, how's it going on this crazy, crazy Thursday morning? Just incredibly insane turn of events have happened here within the last 24 to 48 hours. I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to kind of sum up what's been going on and just kind of tell you what's been going on with me personally in the last few months. But kind of the reason why I haven't been uploading any videos, which is not that important, but I think that would explain why I haven't been uploading a lot of videos lately, a lot of content. But let's get into what's going on. So last 24, 48 hours, AMC went crazy on Robinhood. We also saw the stock for GME or GameStop go crazy on Robinhood. And it all started by a group on Reddit called the Wall Street Bets group, WSB. Basically, a small hedge fund in Wall Street said, hey, and this is something that, they kind of made public that they were going to short the GameStop stock. And they shared it with their colleagues, their comrades, and said, hey, we're short on this stock, and we're short on this other stock, referring to AMC and GME. And so basically it spread the word, and a bunch of these, mainly, these smaller hedge funds started putting on their shorts, not literally, but they started hedging and putting their bets on that the price of these two stocks particularly were going to go down. Well, oddly enough, these two stocks were on the love list of the WSB board, or whatever you want to call it, this community on Reddit. And they took offense to it and pretty much organized a pump. Now, the stock went from something like $20 to $320 in the matter of 48 hours. That's crazy. That doesn't just happen unless there's a real good fundamental reason. There's no TA that could tell you that. There's no even an event would probably not bring up a stock from $20 to $320 typically. However, this community is known for doing stuff like that, pumping a stock. Still, you can't pump a stock from $20 to $320 in 48 hours. That's just bonkers. So to those who think that retail did this by themselves, they didn't. Okay. Unfortunately, there was a little bit of help from Wall Street themselves, believe it or not. And I'll tell you why. But Robinhood was the platform where a lot of these retail investors go and shop and trade and buy stocks. So, naturally they all went to Robinhood and started buying up the stock. Price started to go up. So this was definitely an orchestrated event by this community, has enough retail investors with enough money to start moving the price whichever way they want. They've done this before. So, fast forward a few hours, these hedge funds had placed their shorts already, betting on the price to go down. So they kind of did their own thing to try and make the stock go down. Well, there was enough money going and buying up the stock on Robinhood that here's where Wall Street kind of shot themselves in the foot. But as the stock started to reverse and started to go up, Wall Street naturally, and a lot of these investment firms that trade and buy, sell stocks, options, whatever, they all have bots programmed buying and selling stocks every day. So here you have these algorithmic bots that have access to billions of dollars at any moment's notice. If the trigger goes off, boom, they start dumping money into a stock or whatever it might be, an ETF. So Once the retailers started buying up the price, it triggered a response from the bots. And instead of going short, they started buying up the stock because they saw a significant move and they started throwing money at it. So yeah, retailers were the callous. The retailers were the catalytic event, and no doubt WSB was the main trigger, if you will, that sparked up a chain of other triggers along the way. And naturally, Wall Street obviously stepped in and started buying the stock and selling it as well. So this is what led up to today. So today we know that Robinhood, probably under some pressure, but they did succumb and they did subdue to the pressure from these hedge funds and people like the Mets owner, baseball team, the Mets, the owner, and other well-known billionaires stepped in and told pretty much, the old mafia way, stepped in and said, Robin, you got to stop. You got to stop this. You got to help us out. Because keep in mind, they shorted the stock. So as the stock keeps going up to, say, $300, $320, the bigger their loss is. So what they did is they told Robinhood, you have to stop all the buying. Not the selling, but the buying. So what this does is, naturally, there's no more buying pressure propping up the price of the stock. So all you have is sell pressure, right? And if they're short, well, their losses are also going from this high. Now their losses start to decline, right? It's all about damage control at this point. So now Robinhood is in deep shit because now New York, the city of New York, someone there organized a class action complaint. It's a complaint at this point, but it will move forward, right? Unless something drastically happens and Robinhood, reverses their decision and, things go back to somewhat of a normal stage. But I doubt that that's going to happen personally. I think, these folks organizing the complaint will go through with it and it will end up in court and they will end up, I believe, winning. But, in short, these guys kind of operate under sort of like, we're the only ones that can make money. We're the only smart enough, certified to do this. So we know what's best for you, the retail investor. I think you, as a retail investor, you probably don't agree with that. And that's what spurred up a lot of this anger and resentment towards, Wall Street, which has been piling up for a long time. And, just a side thought, that's why crypto was invented, for example. That's why Bitcoin exists and all these cryptocurrencies and altcoins. That's one of the reasons why they all exist. So will this, what is this going to end up in? Well, personally, I don't see how Wall Street's going to win this one. There's too much pressure from retailers. There's no wrongdoing. Everybody's playing on one side of the fence. The fence and the playing field is fair. Retailers, whether organized, whether you want to call it a pump, they took the risk as well. And so they did nothing wrong in my eyes. From my experience, they've done nothing wrong. We should see the retail investing crowd win this one. If we don't, then there is a big problem. There is a systematic problem at the highest level, which would inevitably protect their Wall Street buddies, the billionaires, who have been doing this, who have been rigging the game from the beginning, right? All these rules and regulations are there to stop retail investors, keep the rich rich, keep the poor poor. There are so many barriers to entry to make it impossible for someone like you and I to make money in this market, or at least not the kind of money that they're making. They took a risk, as any ordinary trade or any ordinary position that you take, whether you long something, whether you short something, it's a risk you have to take. You're betting on something going up or down. It could be your TA, it could be maybe a tip or an inkling or something you saw, you heard, and you act on that decision. So the risk is the same on both sides. This time, the retailers won. And now they're upset. So they're going to do everything in their power to revert as much of it, if not all of it. They're going to have, robust legal teams go in their defense and go to court and talk to the SEC and all of these things to reverse as much of this, if not all of it. Well, I really hope that doesn't happen. I really don't, because then that proves to you and me and everyone else that this game is absolutely 100% rigged, and it starts from the highest of the highest levels all the way down. So that's it. That's all I had for you. If you care to know, I stopped making my content and videos on TA and Bitcoin and news and that sort of stuff because a lot of things happening in my life. I am a father of a little girl. That's number one. Family time has been absolutely absorbing. I also started a new project, personal project. I enrolled in a software engineering university, sort of a boot camp with a double certificate. One's going to be for blockchain development. So with all this going on, I have not been able to, gather the time to keep making these videos, but I did want to jump in here really quick and just do a quick summary of what's going on. Please make sure to stay safe out there. Please make sure that you are considering your risk when you invest in anything. The whole Dogecoin now, gosh, there have been a few tweets circling around this group, the Wall Street Bets group, that they might be pumping, because I guess well, not guess, but it actually happened. I guess he calls himself like the the mastermind behind WSB, Wall Street Bets Group, sent out a tweet that said something about what is this Dogecoin? So he tweeted about it. Now with the amount of fame and amount of following this group has gathered, it was enough to pump Dogecoin. So be careful out there. Do your own research. Don't be too late to something. If you are, just leave it alone. Wait for the next pump, which should be coming directly. All right, guys. So the Real Shot 256 here, saying hello, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.